How are y'all doing this morning? I hope you can hear me, because if not, dude, this person in front of me is going so slow. Let me just calm down. Oh, good. I'm turning. Okay. Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing? So, I have some thoughts on some thoughts, okay? I got thoughts on thoughts. Okay, so I live in the state of Texas, as you know. And my comments today will be about Liv and my Jazzy life and the pending charges against my Jazzy life. As we all know, Livy uh, wobbled her way, lugging two children to the police office or police station, probably boo-hoo crying, um, her tattoo tears, talking about Jazzy was harassing her, right? We know that this is probably what happened, right? So, the state has taken responsibility of the charges. Because whenever you go to press charges against somebody for harassment or whatever, um, even if it's like a domestic violence, anything with violence. I don't know about like threats, but I know with domestic violence, the state will pick them up. But somehow for this harassment through the internet is going through the state of Texas. I don't know what Liv went down there and said, but she isn't above lying. She lies all the time. Okay. She tells people to pull up. She antagonizes people. She be throwing rocks and fucking hiding them motherfucking sausage finger hands. Okay, she does that all the time. We all know that. Let's hope that that works on behalf of Jazzy. Let's hope Jazzy's got all her ducks in a row to beat this case. Because even though the state is picking up, that does not mean that anything's gonna happen. That doesn't mean anything at all. You still need proof, and you still need like witnesses. Somebody else to co-sign it. Now that since it was online, maybe you don't need a witness. Maybe the internet, the videos are evidence, witness, whatever. So I don't know. But in my personal case, oh, she also got restraining order on Miss Jazzy. Okay, she also went and said that. Okay, so in my personal case, I have put a protective order on somebody before. Okay, um, and for that same person, I had to go to court. Okay, so the way it worked in my case, okay, the cops were called. There was an altercation at a house. Okay, and the cops were called, right? Because when I was on the phone with my mom, she heard the altercation. She heard what happened. So my mom, may she rest in peace, um, called the cops to because somebody was assaulting me, right? Okay. So that's how the cops were called. Okay. So after that, after the cops left the place, okay, where this assault happened, they got like a brief statement there on the scene. Then I had to go to the police station to actually like do like a restraining order, or protective order, um, against this person because this person used to drink heavily and used to come to my house looking for me all the time, even though we weren't together. And even though this person was with somebody else, was still coming and looking for me. Okay. And so my mom drove me over there because I did not want to do it because I was still like brainwashed. And so my mom or my sister took me, I can't remember. So I went and I did my statement, let them know, you know, why I was doing it because of past behaviors. And so after that, when you do a protective order on somebody, I still had to go to court to for it to go through, for it to be set in stone. The judge has to sign off for it. In my situation, okay, that was in my situation. That was in my 20s, homegirls. That was in my 20s. I don't know if it's changed, okay? I don't know if it's changed or what, okay? So, so yeah. So I had to go, and at the time, I was being asked to remove it by the lawyer on the other side, okay? And so when the judge saw what was going on, I think I even showed up with the perpetrator. I can't really remember. And so when they saw all that happening, the judge called my mom right then and there. And my mom marched her ass down there. And they harassed me, not harassed me, they threatened me, and they said, if you remove these charges, you're going to, or this for the protective order or whatever, you're going to have to, we're going to take your child because you clearly aren't thinking straight. Clearly you need assistance while taking care of your child, right? So once they said that, I'm like, nah, fuck this shit. I'm not taking anything off. I'm keeping it. Okay. So that's what happened there. Okay. Later on came the criminal charge for what happened, which I didn't go to. I didn't have to go to because there was a protective order. Um, Now that day of the court date, since the protective order had already been started or already like in motion, I couldn't be on the same floor as the person. Like the the legal personnel kept me, like they were like a human shield, like in front of me. Like they were like, you're not supposed to be on the same floor as this person. Like they need to go somewhere else. But like I said, I showed up with the person like a crazy person. What the fuck is wrong with me? I was young. I was really young. So, anyways, so yeah, so that's what ended up happening. And so with this case, I'm going to assume that because like me, when I went to by the time I went to the court date, the protective order was already like set, like so that might be what's happening with Liv. So she can't really go to the court case anyways because the state has picked up the charges. So she really doesn't have to go. But what is going to keep this from sticking? And she doesn't know what Jazzy is going to use as evidence. So your only evidence is going to be the actual threat on hand. But what if Jazzy submits what happened, the antagonizing, what she said about potential abuses going on with the babies? Um, that's what made Jazzy go crazy, right? So what is Liv like? She's just gonna just hope that sticks. Like if you really feel like somebody's really harassing you, you really feel threatened. Like I mean, the charges aren't good. I don't think the charges are gonna stick. I think it's gonna be thrown out. To be honest with you, because I feel like Jazzy's gonna present a lot in her defense. So all of this is gonna be for nothing, essentially. But I think the initial $500 to bail out is all Liv was concerned about. Um, Now Jazzy did threaten. I mean, it's there. The threat was there. Um, and the fact that Jazzy's never gone to Liv has gone to Jazzy, maybe that'll be a defense. But there has to be some sort of like charges or something that Jazzy can turn around and flip the script and say, well, she's been saying she just did it despite me knowing damn well she's not even afraid of me. Like there's so many videos of Liv since then mocking the whole situation. So there has to be something like contempt in court or something like that. Like that they could file against Liv because she is just wasting people's time knowing damn well Jazzy does not leave her zip code. Like everybody knows that. Everybody knows they don't even live in the same city. So there was no threat there, and I try not to watch Live anymore because she triggers something like inside of me. Like I don't know what it is. Like I just everything like when I was looking at this woman as she was chewing, I was like, "Oh my god, that is so fucking annoying." All she was doing was chewing. All she was doing was reading comments. And I was like, this woman, like she must be possessed or has like a demon. Something like I don't know what it is, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just not watch. That's why I haven't watched her like in the longest time because I just can't. I just can't. I can't. I simply can't do it. I really can't. Like I don't know what it is. Like she's just something else. And the way she treats her children, it just, she likes to say, my mother, my support system. But you're not that same support system to your own children. Like you literally lost your children because you couldn't come up with $400. It's generational wealth. Like, come on. Like you couldn't comply with the rules. Okay. You couldn't comply simple rules. Like she does not like to follow rules. So like seeing poor AJ, poor AJ, I just seeing him like be harassed by his own mother. I just wonder what happens when the cameras are not rolling. And I feel for those children so much. And Kailani is as if she's like a 6-month-old baby, like, and she's past 1 years old. It's just very sad. And the fact that she went and just went on random dates just to get pregnant again because she lost her other child, like it's crazy. Like that's a crazy person's doing. She's literally, in my opinion, like not all there. Screws aren't tight. They're very loose and probably missing. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. Like she has says she's had so much support her whole life with her family or whatever, but she can't do the same. Like you can't you can't learn from what supposedly you've had your whole life, right? Your whole life you've had such a great support system, but you can't be the same. You say that where your children are at, they're miserable, which we all know is a lie. They're miserable and they're being abused and blah blah blah. Like but yet doesn't do anything to get them out of this so-called dangerous situation. Like it's crazy. Like it is crazy. So that's why I just don't watch. I used to give her the little view. I used to give her a view because I know the name of the game. And but I don't anymore. I have to step away from that. And her pressing charges against Jazzy over something she antagonized just took the cake for me. Okay, it just took me out. I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I closed the app, slid my phone down, right, slid it across the table, and was like, "I'm not gonna. I am not going to get upset about this. I am not. These are people on the internet. I cannot get emotionally involved. Okay, these are people in the TV. I had to walk away when I first heard about it. Okay, when I first heard about it, I had to put the phone down, slide it, and just walk away, and just Lord, please be with me. Okay, please be with me, Lord, because she is something else, Lord. You know. So the good thing about it though is we have YouTube Pimpin, who's doing videos again. Okay, the edits cake. Okay, they just take the cake. I love it, and I hope the videos keep on coming. YouTube pimping, okay? Because oh man, I mean, what better way to hold her accountable than fucking every? Like, just I mean, come on, come on. Like there are so many. Like she wants so bad, and if I had time and if I was petty enough, I would put a compilations together. She wants so bad for people to put a compilation of her being a bad mom together, so bad. But I don't have the time. Okay, those take a lot of time. Those take a lot of research. Those take a lot of that I don't have. But if I could, I would in a heartbeat. I would do it. So, oh my gosh, I just can't with her. Like it's just my blood pressure's high. I can't be dealing with it. I really can't. But this. Oh, and I don't know if you've heard the latest, people. I don't know if you've heard the latest, but there is video somewheres of Liv cleaning her bathroom, right? And there's cleansers out, powdered ones, in reach of La Bebe. Okay, La Bebe, the one that's mobile, and he's like licking it with his lollipop. Okay, that is, come on. If you're going through CPS, okay, they tell you keep your shit locked up. That's rule number one when they're inspecting your house. Do not keep that anything harmful in front of the babies that can be ingested or eaten or whatever. Do not, like, that's rule number one. Okay. And the fact that she just didn't even think about it just tells you where her motherly instincts are. You know, these are harmful chemicals that he can accidentally ingest and could be harmful to his body permanently. Okay. But we saw how she treated the cough. Okay. So we're not gonna get into that right now because my blood pressure is already high. Okay. So we're just gonna we are aware of the situations at hand. Okay. We're just waiting for the Lord to, we're on his timing. Okay. We are in his timing. And I just pray that the children are being protected. Okay. So far they're still hanging in there, so they are being protected. But those babies, I just feel so bad. And then, is it true that the little guy got? I'm trying not to use names here, but the little guy got uh he got the boot from school for being violent with people. Like, I mean, we could have seen that coming because the way he treats a little immobile one, like the way he treats her, like right there on camera where she doesn't see, is crazy. It's crazy. That's just craziness. And who knows what happens again when the cameras are not rolling. Okay. Um, Maybe that's why there's some sort of delays because there's some sort of injury, that happens between them two, the babies, because the last time I saw little guy was wrapped something around baby girl's neck and was twisting and twisting. And when she finally turned around, she had to unwrap it from baby girl's neck and didn't even take it away. Like she just like threw it on the floor. Like, here, do it again. It's these, you see like how her decision making isn't quite there. Yeah. She was like throwing it on the floor where he can easily grab onto it. So yeah, that's kind of weird. But yeah, so there's that. Um yeah, so I believe the court date did come up for Miss Jazzy. And it was rescheduled. I believe Jazzy has a court appointed lawyer. Even though it's a court appointed lawyer doesn't mean that it's not like they're not going to do anything. That's not always the case. Some of these lawyers, especially if you come with the evidence, will back you up. Okay. So not all court appointed lawyers are bad. Okay. Um, so I hope there's something that she can file in, back at her. But I don't know if Jazzy wants to do that. And I don't know if she has the time or the money to do that because I don't know if it's going to cost anything to file against the other one. So I don't know. Anyway, so I'm on my way to work. Um, I just wanted to chat because I usually chat in the morning, and I can't chat right now um, with my peoples. So I need somebody to chat with. Whenever you wake up, you have all these thoughts. They say it's great to just get them all out. Just get all the thoughts out so you don't have to worry about it. You know, um, and just free your mind. So, anyways, I'm not gonna lie, it has been bothering me, like this case, because I know Jazzy. Like, if somebody was talking about your children, like, who's gonna say how you're gonna react? Like you talk about somebody's children and say, accuse something of happening that's not even true. Like, Chris, I wish Chris would file something against Liv for lying on his name, you know. Um, but he probably doesn't want to. He's probably not going to want to because oh my god, I need to get over. He's probably not going to want to because he's not trying to do all that. But it's so annoying. But like everything else in her life, karma always comes back to bite with a vengeance. So I'm not really worried about it. It's just when. It's just a matter of time. And she'll have to answer to everything because every single thing you do, like the universe has to be equal, like has to be an even playing field. Okay. And if something's uneven, okay, it evens itself out all the time. All the time. That's just how the universe works. And whatever you put out, you're gonna get back times 100. Okay, whatever it takes to even out the scales. That's just how it works. I don't make the rules. That's just, that's just how it's always been. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. Okay. Anyway, so it's a beautiful sunny day in San Antonio, Texas. Okay. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. It's Tuesday. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I said Tuesday because two is better than one. And yeah, so, oh, one last thing. This is just something I just want to speak out loud about. Locally here in my city, there is a hood owned bakery. Okay. There's this bakery in the hood that I grew up in. And this lady, and she either has a son in prison or something happened. He's in prison or he's no longer alive. I don't know. Something happened, like in the justice system, and I'm not 100% sure if her son is still alive or if he's just in prison. I don't know, but she's advocates a lot for prisoners. Okay, and she owns Caballero Bakery. Okay, and I follow her on the Facebooks, okay? And I was on Facebook because it was my daughter's birthday and my niece's birthday. They have the same birthday on the same day. So we call them the twins, right? So I was over there wishing them happy birthday on Facebook, like mothers do. And so I noticed she was live, she goes live from time to time. And she was like, oh, hey guys, by the way, I'm leaving my husband and leaving the bakery. So homegirl is divorcing her husband and leaving the bakery. But this is like one of those bakeries, like a Mexican bakery, like those good, like they bake everything like fresh. And I think what had happened was she was going through a lot at her store. I believe she didn't have people to help her. Is what it was. She lost two employees, and it's a tiny little bakery, and she lost two people, employees. So I think she was like filling in like the time. Like I think she was the one doing like all the work. Okay. And that's a lot of work, baking and selling, and then she had late hours. So I did see a few posts where she's like, hey, bear with me. I'm trying to get it together. I lost two employees for whatever reason. And so I don't know. I guess she was going through things with her personal life as well. And she's leaving her whole husband. Like, well, you know what? If you're not happy, go for it, ma'am. Because I know the feeling of not knowing what to do and whether to keep the family together or to just break it up. Sometimes relationships, they just run their course and that's it, you know? And you can try and try and try and maybe you're financially dependent, and this isn't, I'm not talking about her, I'm just talking people in general. Like maybe you're financially dependent on these people and that's why it's hard for some people to leave. I wasn't. Okay, so it was still hard for me emotionally, but I had to do it because there was no happiness there, and all we're required to do in our lifetime is be happy. Okay, and if you're not happy, make yourself happy. So I don't know what the terms and conditions are with her, but congratulations. I'm glad, or maybe y'all can work it out. I don't know, but that's sad that the big three's going to be gone. So sad. Anyways, I'll let y'all go. I gotta get to work. Bye bye.